What is this, children? It's a pity, the system rather. It's a big system. Just
Just to give you a reference point, the newsletter comes from Canoe, uh, and we take into consideration children's attendance. It's a database that helps school management, that helps teachers to input the information on your children. So, so my presentation today is about the Parents Portal. The presentation I will do will be in two phases. The first phase, with PowerPoint, I will show you a little bit what exactly is Kano. What does it, what kind of information does it include? And then I will go directly on the website on Kano, on the Parents Portal, and you'll be able to see what it looks like. Is that okay with you? First and foremost, before I start presenting the Parents page, I'd like to dedicate this day to you as parents. Parents requires a lot of energy, a lot of courage sometimes. You have to get involved, and I hope that the next 2 days that you will spend here will give you some tools that you can use at home. So let's go. So the parents page. Where do I click? Well, let me have a drink first. So what is the parents page? It's a web portal reserved for parents. What you have to remember here, it says reserved for parents. So when you connect to the parents page, it's your page and not the neighbor's page, your sister's page, your aunt's page. It's personalized. It's your own page. It's a tool that will allow you to keep track of the progress of your child, your progress and your child progress. Why do I say that? For instance, if you have a child in elementary school or secondary school, in high school, you'll be able to look at the files, your child's files in each school. It's a communication tool between the school and the parents. And teachers can also get involved and maybe exchange messages between teachers and parents. Before going any further, I just want to let you know that at the moment, there are a few communities that are starting to use the parents page. If you know the parents page a little bit, it's a tool. The tool is going to be promoted. You will hear about it mostly when your child get their report, their school report. So some of the teachers will create a little booth so that you can go on the parents page and register. But remember that it's a slow process. The communities are going to start using the parents page slowly. Next page. What do you have in the parents page once you connect into your child's file? So you will find your child's school file. So you will have his the name, first name, last name, address, tutors, parents, guardians, and so on. That's the kind of information you will find. You could have your child's attendance records. You could, I say. It depends on the school. The school can decide what kind of information will be included in the parents page. It's up to the school. You could find the school calendar. The school calendar will show you the PD days, the holidays, and so on. What's interesting with the school calendar is that, uh, for instance, tomorrow is the 25th, November 25th. In your school calendar, it says that there is school, but I don't know, some kind of incident happens and school will be closed. If the update is done, you will see it on the school calendar. So when an update is made in the school calendar, you can see it right away in the parents page. You can also consult the schedule for the children who are in high school, especially in high school, because schedules are especially for high school in the Kano system. In elementary school, schools don't have necessarily to do it in the system, but you'll still see the list of the classes that they take. You could also see the homework eventually, homework assignments. If the teachers use it and they write down the ongoing homework assignments, is the kind of information you will have access to. Your child's report card will be online. Some schools that are using the Kano system will ask the parents to check their child's report card within the Kano system to try to get rid of the printing paper copies. The child's behavior incidents. You will see a notification. It's some sort of information that will inform you that something happened with your child, that your child was involved in such and such situation. So it's some information. Once you see the information, of course, you can communicate with the schools to get the details on what really happened. It's very general information. You will see you'll have the school information. It's always interesting to have school information on handy. So if there was any kind of change with the emails, for instance, for the secretary, or maybe there's a new phone number at the office, all of this information is updated in the system. And of course, it's transferred to the parents page. This is only for communities. Oh, sorry, I can't hear the questions because the gentleman is not using the microphone. It's for the high schools that are members that are of the FNEC communities, the members, the member communities. When did it start, Kano? When was it created? When was Kano created? Kano, not canon. And it's not the same as a Kanu either. Kano has been around for 6 years. Communities have been using it for 6 years. Do I speak loud enough? For the parents page, it's coming into your communities. When it arrived in your school, the teachers had to learn how to work with it. So there was an adaptation period so some schools now are probably ready to start using the system. Does it answer your question? Because in our community, we began this year in Picard. Are you talking about the parents page? Yeah, it started this year. Not in all classes. We've been using Kano from the beginning, but perhaps which communities have started to use it first? Was it the Huron village? that started it. Are you talking about Kano? Everyone got it at the same time. Everyone got it at the same time. When we got into that system, Kano, everyone got it at the same time. But as I said, the specific section, the parents page, is a very important phase. It's a tool that we are promoting for parents, but Kano is a tool for schools. Have you had a lot of feedback from it? Are people happy with it? Are they saying that it's working? For the schools, it's been 6 years, but teachers have been working with it. But the parents feedback, we're supporting them. If they have any kind of problem, they call the office. I'm there to support them with Norma, my coworker. So we give the information. So may I go on with my presentation? How does the parents page work? First and foremost, you have to give your email address to the school. So with this email, it's going to be put into your child's file. So it's very important that when you give your email address and when you want to use the parents page, it has to be the same email. The next step, once you give the school your email, the school will then provide you with a link, the link that you need to reach the parents page. So it's https://kano.cepn-fnec.com/parent. Don't try to memorize it. The school will provide you with the address of the website address. Once you get into the website and you reach the parents page, you can see that the first picture is what you will see. So what you will find on the home page is the password button. You click on the password button and then you'll have to enter your email address. What will I see? That's when you connect, that's what it looks like. The attendance, it's a report that will just indicate that for your child at this level, there were some absences. Different information for elementary school, it will show the day, is it the morning or afternoon. A while ago, I told you that you could see the homework, so that's an example. It's it's general information, but at least you can do some sort of follow-up, and you can see that your children have homework to do. Here you see English, text on former astronauts, when it started and the deadline, when the due date. This is the school calendar. As you can see, it describes the day. So if you look at the December 4th, for example, you can see that from the 23rd to throughout the holidays, it's a gray period. So you can see that there is no school, and sometimes it will even say that it's the school holidays. That's the kind of format that you will find. The school schedule, especially in high school, that's the kind of picture that you will find. When you click on schedule, this is the information that will come up. It's determined by periods, by day. That's your high school student schedule. In elementary, it will be just school, it will be the list of classes. The report card. So when children get into the parents page system and they click on the PDF, on the report card, that's the type of card that the type of report that you will see is the same as the ones that are being handed out right now. So I finished with the first part, and let's go with the second, ahead with the second part. So I'm going to show you directly how to get into Canoe. Am I connected? I apologize, but the page is changing. But meanwhile, can we have a volunteer to come up and help me with the Canoe demonstration, please? Anyone who will like to come and help me? A volunteer? Anyone? Thank you. Hello. Your name? Jen from Manawan. This is Jen from Manawan. Have you ever heard about Canoe? Your child is in what school? Other bit school. High school. So you've seen what the report card looks like, and it's more my husband who uses it. I'm going to explain the steps to you, what to do, and people will be able to follow on the screen on the right. So first of all, if you see, can you see a button called password? Can you go with the mouse on password so everyone can see when you're on the parents page? There is a button that says password. So click on password. Once you click on it, there is a little form template that comes up, and it says enter your email address and you will receive your password soon by email. What did I say about email? Anyone remembers what I said about the email? What do you have to do in school? When you get to school, you have to provide the secretary with your email address. You have to make sure that when you give your email address, it will be already in the system and in your school, in your child's file, because that's what's going to make the link between the parents page and your email address. So let's enter the email address. I'm going to ask you to write what you see right there. So we enter the email, press enter. So it says that the request was sent. That's all you have to do. As soon as it's sent, check your email inbox and you will get your password. So I'm going to ask you to write the same thing. You can select this, write down the password. You can click on enter. So let's pretend that we received the password. Most likely you will see a mix of numbers and letters when you get your password. What do you see on top where it says Cano, right below? Can you tell us what you see on the top? You see first names, so we see Harry, Hermione, these are the first names of our children. So the minute that we request for an access, we request an access code. It's already determined that you're linked with all these children. I only have two myself. I don't have that many, but it's just for the presentation. What do you see on the screen on the right, on the upper right? It says that you can change the password. So once you receive your password, by clicking on this, put the mouse on it, you can actually change your password for whatever you want. So when you enter the new password and enter again, it will record your new password, so that the next time that you access the system, you will use your new password. What do we see here in the blue box? There is a message. Schools will be able to write down relevant messages. So last year there was a symposium on education in Manawan. So schools can write down that the next report card will come out in March 2017. It could say that there is an activity. Each school will be able to write down whatever message, relevant message they want to communicate with parents. It's a communication school, but keep in mind that it's very general. We don't put any details in there. It's just to catch the parents' attentions, to be able to involve them and communicate with, encourage them to communicate with the school, to ask for more information. If you scroll down, we talked about attendance, we talked about homework, school calendar, and so on. If you click on each and every one of the tabs that you can see, for example, that there is no information that was entered for homework. Let's choose a student, for example. That students and check homework. Now I can see the information. But Glenn will have a homework, English homework to do. So it says that he has to check his lessons from such and such page when it starts and the deadline. What can you see? What else can you see in the parents page? When you enter the system, is always going to be no. If it's there, if it's entered, you'll see a little 1 besides the name that tells you that there is information that was entered. The schedule, if you have schedules in high school, that's what you're going to see. It's the type of template that you will find. So let's go look at the behavior incidents, for instance. Let's pick Samuel. Let's see with Samuel if he had any kind of a behavioral incident. This is the information that you will find. It's very general, as I said before. It says that the student talk when silence was required. So that's incident. It was written down in his school file. It's minor incident. So it's just to let you know that there was such and such incident. Could be a major incident, but we don't want any major incidents. We could go and check at Samuel's report card. Let's check the first step. As you can see in the lower left corner, there is a PDF that's downloading. You can click on it, and there you go. Here is that's the kind of template that you will receive at home. It's exactly the same document that will be handed out. So when report cards are coming out, you can have your child's report card online. If you have more than one child, you will see the report cards of the other children as well. So to close the PDF, we close the PDF. We can look at the school calendar. We've seen it before. You can pick the month if you want. But if you want, you can also have the year's school calendar by clicking on produce the school calendar. You can see another PDF downloading. So here you can see all of the entire year. So you have two formats for the calendar, either monthly or the entire year, school year calendar. You can you could go look at the messages, how it works. It's very basic. It's an internal message system. It looks like Outlook or Outmail, except it's a direct link between the school and yourself. It's a very simple communication tool. This is the information about the school. It will indicate who is the principal, the school's address, and so on. I think that's about it. So that's exactly what you will see when you connect to the parents page. Do you have any questions? The demographic data has to do with your child's file. So that was the presentation of the parents page. As I said, schools are starting to want to use it. I'm here today and tomorrow. I will be in the lobby. If you want to play with it and try it and check, maybe you've had the information before for the parents page, but you had a hard time to connect. We will look at it together to check what the problem might be and why you can't access it. So thank you very much. Do you have any questions? It's all good?
Email addresses to be able to do this, because some parents don't have computers or cell phones that can do this. How can they get access to this information? Does that mean they would have to go to the school and get that information?
Yeah, of course, if they don't have any a way they can get the information directly through the school. So I guess if you wish to use this portal, you need to have at least a computer and internet in your school, at home, because it's a tool for parents to use it at home. So, but this information, you can get it directly to the school as well, because everything can be sent to you directly through school. It's the information you can get from the teacher or the principal.
Est-ce qu'il y a
Donc,
d'autres questions?
y avait-il d'autres questions?
Any other questions?
When parents log on to the site, are they able to put in information, like their updated contact information or
No.
change of address?
It's really a tool like a read-only. So if you need to update some information regarding your student, your kid's file, so you need to provide the information directly through the school. But like I said, there's a tool like a messenger. You can probably use this email tool to send the information. But I guess they will. It depends the school. I guess they will prefer to get the information directly to the school instead to use a Canoe. I don't. It's depends the school, but it's really read-only tool.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
First of all, I know that there are communities that don't use it and who will probably never use it. I talk, for example, Gaspé and other communities perhaps. We don't have a school in community. So obviously my children go to the local school board in Gaspé, and they have a program called Chikatu, but they have only notes on it. They don't have all these details. What I see there is really nice, and I'd like to that my child would have all that. I think you've developed something really great there. But I really wonder, could this perhaps be an app on a phone? Because I see that there are different realities there also. And we need perhaps having an internet. Some communities don't have computers. And these days, just about everybody has a phone. So it would be really good if you could connect through a phone to do different things like that. I was talking to my neighbor here beside me. I don't remember her name, sorry, but she says that she has an app on her phone, so she can communicate with the school directly, which would be something which would be good. I think something worth considering. As I mentioned at the beginning of my presentation, the schools are just starting to use it. Obviously, before wanting to adapt and improve it, we want to make sure that it's something which is going to be used as much as possible. So obviously, just the fact that the parents are going to start using it already will be a winning situation for us, slowly but surely. And yes, I mean, obviously we can use it with a tablet, but there's right now there's no application. Right now we're working strictly on promoting the tool, and we'll see in coming years if maybe we can develop it for some kind of an application. If we have a telephone, can we access it? because I work with Keno, I'd rather use a tablet when I have to answer, respond to support, ask requests for support. The phone is nonetheless pretty small, but in a tablet, yeah, the system will adjust to the size so that you nonetheless see the essential information on that on a tablet. The telephone, I haven't really tried it as yet, but I choose to work with a tablet when I'm not in the office, when I'm outside of the office. I had a question regarding the application for communities that are starting to use it. What are some of the comments of parents that are using it? Is it easy to use? Do you have to navigate from one tab to another? The information is easy to find. How is it managed with the schools' sites, because they nonetheless have certain sites for certain information in schools, like there's schedules, etc. But incidents like behavior and so on, we don't see on websites, on the school sites. Obviously, we at the FNEC, we give the information directly to the school, to the administrators. We'll show them how to use it. But again, as I said, schools will decide what they will put on the parent page. They may put strictly the schedule, the calendar. They may put schedules on it. They're the ones who are going to determine what you will see on the parent's page. As for parents' comments, we haven't seen really that it goes through the school, but I can tell you that if a parent has a problem and he tells the school, then the school will try and adjust. But depending, obviously, what if it doesn't work and if they can't manage it, then obviously they will call us. We're there to support them, and that's a part of our mandate. I'd like to know, when you have several several children in the same school, is it just one student per email address? Usually, if we have more than one child, the email address should appear in each of the children's files. So what can I say here? For example, if I have two children in school, one in elementary, one in high school, I have to give obviously my email address for my child in elementary school, and that has to be added to his file, and I have to do the same thing with the high school. As I said earlier, the email address is really the link which will link you to the child's file. Were there any other questions? With the high schools for white people, do you expect using it to some point for Aboriginal children? So, because obviously, those who have white children in white high schools, that's useful. But I think that the teachers sending the information to you, are you the ones who look after Kano, who handle Kano? Because I was seeing First Nations papers there. Are you the ones who fill out basically the forms for the report cards? No, it's for the teachers. No, that's the teachers that do that. The system comes from the FNEC, but the administration of it goes through each of the schools. So what you see as information on it are the schools. So at some point, do you think that you will go into to the white schools for Aboriginal children? From the province has their own system. Often it's going to be GPI, it may be COBA. They already have their own system. We offer the service we give the service to the members of the services communities in for the FNEC. We at Picard don't have a high school in the village. I understand that, yes, but it's really for band schools. Okay, thank you. Any other questions before I conclude my presentation? That's good? We're good? Thank you very much.